Content over everything.
Alright, cool. Yes, content over everything. We are here live at the Manhood Academy. I'm here with Kehinde, who is one of the founders of the Manhood Academy, I believe. Yeah, for sure. And we're here at the launch of the graduation here for the West London branch. What is the actual main concept behind the Manhood Academy? Is there a curriculum? Is that gives the people who have never heard of the Manhood Academy a brief sort of overview of what you do?
Okay, so with the Manhood Academy, we've got a curriculum that is under 4 elements: earth, air, fire and water. And basically it's like earth is grounding, community, family. Fire can be passion, what they get angry about, why they get upset. Water is when they're meditating. Air is them expressing themselves when they air something out, or entrepreneurial. So that's the curriculum that we go under, 4 elements.
That's amazing. So, I heard Brother Terry, Mr. Riggs, before. He talks quite a lot about this. And is there like a rites of passage program that the young people will go through?
Yeah. So that's the actual urban rites of passage program that they go through. Just helping them transition from that difficult path from boyhood to manhood. But it exists in all types of cultures. So we're just bringing it here for a UK generation that's living in this society. Because it's quite difficult to do an African one, because we're not in our surroundings. But yeah, we do an urban rites of passage.
That's amazing. I mean, how did you come up with these ideas, and what are the main challenges you faced in sort of first launching this first one, and then actually being able to push on and launch a second one?
Well, some of the challenges are obviously the fact that sometimes we have limited resources. Also, maybe the fact that some of these children may not know their history or their pathway. So getting them to understand who they are and where they've come from, and then moving them on to their journey and where they can be in the future, that makes it easier.
I want to talk about the funding, but one of the good things about me is one of the sisters here whose grandson is actually attending. Yeah. She used to teach me in a Saturday school way back in the day, so it's interesting to see it coming full circle and coming. I actually know her son quite well. What do you think are the benefits for young people going through the Saturday school in terms of when they reach a later stage in their career, when they're out in university and they're in the big, westernized world and they have to deal with those types of situations?
I think it really helps them because it gives them good grounding, it gives them good balance. Because we deal with the mind first and foremost to make them think outside the box. So it's something that is additional to school, and it can run parallel to school. So it can help them in all types of environments, whether it's employment, whether it's in their relationships, whether it's in the community or their family, and also in education. So we find that it really does help us. You saw that we had some of our young people who are from the older boys, because we teach them from 8 all the way up to 19, and they came back to do something positive to show the younger ones as well. So it really does help them.
That's amazing. So when you teach them from 8 to 19, do you have them in groups or sets, or is it?
Yeah. So we got 8 to 12s that we work with on a Saturday, and we've got 13 to 19 that we work with in the midweek on a Wednesday.
Amazing. That sounds big, actually. All right, cool. And so on the financial, the resource side, how are you funding this sort of thing?
Well, it's all self-funded. We rely on donations from the community or other organizations, and also we get government grants as well that come in, and they give us money to do certain short projects. So we had a project over in Broadwater Farm, and that project was really, really successful. We done that last year, and we just finished in December, and we got another project actually in Broadwater Farm and one in East London. So that's how we rely on our funding. So it's either grants to community, or we put in our money ourselves.
And if anybody wanted to sort of back you or donate, any of the viewers, do you have a PayPal or any way for people to come and get?
Yeah. Well, you can get onto our social media at Manhood Academy West, or email us info@manhoodacademywest.co.uk and donate. Don't be late.
Big donations, please, because these things really do change lives. And in terms of, earlier I heard Dean Okai talking. He spoke a little bit about the mayor's public health approach to knife crime and a lot of these sorts of things. And he spoke about this as being the foundation of that type of idea.
Yeah.
So, do you want to add anything to that?
Well, Dean Okai, big up Dean, by the way, doing major work. Well, any help coming from especially the Mayor of London is absolutely amazing. But one thing, we can't rely just on that. So we've got to do it as well. So there's got to be organisations out there as well doing the work, as well as the money coming from the funding. Because we know we can't rely on government just to fund certain things that is much needed for our people.
I see you have the Anwar Award. I mean, do you have a word about that?
Well, yeah, the Anwar Award, a young man who unfortunately passed away. And he was abroad, and you know, it's anyone can just Google Anwar and they can find out the story behind that. But one of our co-founders, Konsu Sankofa, worked with him, and he told us all about him and wanted to acknowledge him and make sure his memory lives on, because there's a tendency to hear these tragic news and then we forget about it when it goes out of the media. So we wanted to keep it firm in people's minds to make them know that his memory lives on, and the fact that he loved working with young people himself, it was a fitting award for him and his family. And it was beautiful to see his family and his friends up on stage giving a talk as well.
Any last words you want to say about the Manhood Academy, or is it just...
Well, Manhood Academy is, you know, it's a beautiful organisation that is trying to do work with our most needy and vulnerable children, but even just young men in general. So it's not just those children that are needy or vulnerable, it's for all young men who want to come and see role models and do something on a Saturday or Wednesday evening that is positive, uplifting, inspirational, and they are doing it with black men like myself and the other 7 co-founders. Yeah, it's just an amazing thing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and big up the Manhood Academy. Please remember to hit the website up.
Oh yeah, you can hit up in fact, get us on Instagram, that's the quickest way, at Manhood Academy West, or drop us an email, info@manhoodacademywest.co.uk.
Big up, bless, one love.
Content over everything from your melody. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
I'm here with Brother Nee here at the Manhood Academy in West London. So, what is your role with the Manhood Academy, Brother Nee?
I support Manhood Academy. I send people to the academy. My role is to support all black supplementary schools and black organisations that help our families in our community. So I run the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools, which promotes black supplementary schools around the whole of the UK. So my priority is to signpost parents to the right service for their children and for their family.